A beautiful baby is born today. I'm gonna start off this video with a question. You guys know Murder Mystery, right? As in, like, that one game by Nikilis that started a huge wave of murder mystery games on Roblox that refused to die out for about 2 years. The entire concept of the game was just taken from a game mode that comes from Gary's mod called Murder, in which there are 3 roles: innocent, which does absolutely fucking nothing; murderer, which has to kill everyone; and the sheriff, who has to kill the murderer. That's it. Murder Mystery kinda faded into obscurity since a bunch of other games like The Mad Murderer or Twisted Murderer just dethroned it, and thus began the great murder mystery type game war of 2014. But while all the other murder mystery games were starting to die out, Nikilis was working on a secret project, a useless sequel nobody asked for. And as 2015 came along, so did one of the most unnecessary Roblox games I've ever seen in my fucking life: Murder Mystery 2. The gameplay is literally the same, but the game has more quote-unquote polished maps, a better UI, and cosmetic changes, and yeah, that's about it. Let's get right to the chase. There's a big difference between Murder Mystery 1 and 2. And that's the fact the game has no purpose besides being Nikilis' personal cash cow. Because the only thing the game is putting out there is just begging for you to buy skins, perks, toys, pets, radios, and just monetizing the fuck out of everything. The game in its current state is just over-monetization to its fullest. The game mostly cares about you buying the Elite Game Pass or getting an item pack or just buying more currency in general than providing any new gameplay mechanics or stuff like that. But hey, at least we got hardcore mode, which is way more enjoyable since you can avoid all the little kids blasting ear rape audios on their super premium diamond platinum radios. That doesn't mean the game still doesn't try to get you to buy useless shit in hardcore mode. So, allow me to show you a live audio of Nikilis when you join the game.
Please! Game Pass! Radio! Buy my lazy skins for the guns and knives, please! Please! In return, you get no updates. None at all.
Oh, by the way, this game has trading, which is pretty much the only reason this game still has a community. Which isn't a bad thing, but it kind of goes to show how much the game has strayed away from its original concept. I'm gonna stop beating around the bush now, so let's just get into the actual gameplay. Upon joining the game, you get a loading screen right after a loading screen, because you can't have enough of those. Even after you fully load into the game, there can still be a bunch of missing assets and textures. This is a bad start. Afterwards, you can choose between playing 3 modes: casual mode, which essentially means you don't care about your eardrums; hardcore mode; or assassin, which is literally a ripoff of the Roblox game called Assassin. And since I hate myself so much, we're gonna be playing casual mode for this review, since it's, well, the regular game mode. But a huge shout out to hardcore mode, since it's still the solution to a bunch of the problems that I have with this game. I already explained the core concept of Murder Mystery, so let's talk about the general experience of the game itself. I don't know what I can really say that I haven't said. It's just a big front for Nikilis to sit back, relax, and get some sweet moolah. The worst part of all of this are the radios, since back in the olden days, you had little kids or trolls blasting ear rape audios on them. And besides, why would a murder mystery game need a fucking radio? You know, for a game that has mystery in its name, there's not really much of a mystery to it at all. Since you can go in third person to view most of the map, there's a lack of disguises and characters, and there's a lot of obnoxious music or straight up ear rape that was and still is being blasted constantly, which all makes up for a very unpleasant gameplay experience. And don't get me wrong, the game has full potential of being pretty neat, but it generally doesn't fucking matter at all, since the game has been reduced to just monetizing the actual fuck out of every single skin, toy, or radio possible. The game also has a noticeable lack of polishing. This probably sounds nitpicky, but I feel like most of the stuff could have been changed or updated. A big example being that whenever you get assigned a role, a friendly ding sound will play, which seemed to be the intended sound for innocence, but it plays for every single role. And also, most of these coins that are scattered around the map tend to clip through the ground, walls, or ceilings. Also, another thing that I find odd is how the round just ends. Like, you just randomly get teleported back to the lobby, and only after a few seconds later, you get to know who won. Which comes off to me as a little bit unfinished, but hey, let's both be honest here. Who needs a good game when you can just give Nikilis money? Give him money! Give him money! Give him money! Your money in his money! Give him money! Yeah! Yeah! Baby shadow weapons back! Yeah! Despite all of my complaints, Murder Mystery 2 isn't a bad game, but it isn't a great one either. The concept is there, and there's a lot of fun that you can have in hardcore mode, but the excessive overmonetization is impossible to ignore. I am being so for real when I say with 100% confidence that I bet my ass Murder Mystery 2 would have been taken down a long time ago if it wasn't for the fact the game is making Nikilis some serious fucking bank. It also doesn't help the fact that the game gets 0 updates besides Christmas events that are just ho ho ho! It's me, Saint Nicholas, and I'm here to say, give me money, give me money, give. Anyways, to end of this review, I'm gonna put up this image that I found on Twitter because it perfectly describes the state of Murder Mystery 2 right now. Oh my fucking god!
If you don't subscribe, I'm going to do things to you. I'm going to tie you to a boulder and make you go up a hill all the way and go all the way down. It's not going to be great. You're going to be tied to the boulder.